Hey everybody, welcome back to Dream Garage. Got a special upload today. It's actually been under wraps for about a month now, and so excited to share the car with you today because it is something that we have been planning on. If you guys did watch the Lamborghini video that we did where we had entered a contest, we had made a decision right then and there that if we did not win the contest because of the entries and things like that, we still wanted to do something special for the channel as a build this year. And so we went a different direction because obviously Lamborghini is a supercar and more performance driven, where this is kind of a blast from the past, more of a classic, riding slow and really enjoying a cruise instead. So I get to reveal a 1976 Cadillac Eldorado, front wheel drive, which was very unique for that time of cars. They were mostly rear wheel drive, and it does have the 500 motor in it. So it has a lot of big motor that weighs a lot, but they were not meant to go fast, even though the horsepower back then was very, I guess you would say it was comparable to other vehicles. But it's a very cool car. I've really enjoyed owning it so far. So to tell you a little bit about it, this was actually the most expensive Cadillac for sale at that time. The Eldorado was looked at as the top end of a vehicle that you could purchase. This is a convertible. And Mike did a little research on this, because this car is not just unique in the sense of finding a clean car, which this one is. This was actually custom painted as well back in 1983. And what's cool about it is the painter actually put his name and where he who he painted it from, like as far as the company. I think it's name and company and date on the side. So it's very small, so it's not going to take away from the beauty of the car. However, it is definitely something that I think is really neat to go with the story of it. Unfortunately, we could not locate him. I think he has passed away, but it does have a hint of, it's like a dark purplish red, where it has glitter in it, or that nice finish in it. And it does have blue designs throughout the car. It's a line, different parts of it has this nice little cool design that reminds me of like a lowrider design when it comes to the hints of it. But you know, it's a beautiful paint job. Obviously there's little blemishes in it, little scratches, things like that. We are going to try to get some of that out if we can, but the paint's in good enough shape. I really don't see a reason to do too much with that at this point. But just looking through and driving this, the luxury of this car is just, for its time, it's really neat. I've seen some small things that are just paying attention to the details that I've really got a cool sense of. So like the brights for the lights, the headlights at night, is actually a button that you push with your foot, versus where we're used to having it on the steering column that you push a button or what have you. So just small details that they thought of back then is just kind of really neat. So there's definitely a lot of chrome throughout the car. It is a white interior. Now normally white interiors for me I don't like, just because they get dirty too easy and can stain easier than a black or something like that. However, this was the original interior in the car. Also has a white top, so if you change the interior, that could take away from what that overall look was with the convertible top. So convertible was definitely something that we were looking for, especially for a summer driver. I haven't had a convertible in a long time, so I think that's really neat, especially with a big body car of this level. Now we are doing a small build on this. I'm not going to reveal that today because I want to go through the process with you. Very excited to partner with a couple local guys that have done this to their own vehicles and are starting to do this, working towards it as a full-time passion for them as a job. They have been willing to take this on. They just don't have room yet for their shop to have the car there. So right now it's staying at the house, but we are going to get in, take for a ride so you guys can see how the car rides, see the interior, and then we will end up back here to finish the video out. All right, so we are inside of the car. We are about to take her down the road for you so you can go with us on a little ride here. So as you guys have, if you have not seen my uncle's car collection, please go check that out on our YouTube channel. It is a really cool collection with a lot of cool cars, and he actually has two big Cadillacs like this. They're in the 80s, and then he has a DeVille, an 83 DeVille that we are actually going to get for the channel, and that one's going to be a full restore. However, and he doesn't even know we have this yet, and I'm excited to share this with him for him to see. But we've got about a 2 or 3 month build here that we're doing on the cars, so I want to get this done before we really take it a lot of places. So it's going to end up in Muncie for probably the next 2 months to get that part done, and then come back, finish up some touches, and then be ready for the summer with the car. But first glance, when you're inside the interior, it's actually got red throughout, wood grain, which was really big. Even the steering wheel, it's wood grain in the center, wood grain on the steering actual wheel itself, along with the red. So it's kind of neat touches just throughout. We're not used to having the more of a plastic metal feel on the steering wheel versus now they're a lot all leather wrapped or things like that. So this car, Mike and I actually went and looked at this car together, and you know, for the money and how the car was in condition wise, I felt like it was the right buy for the channel. I feel like to share a build with you guys, which we have been wanting to do since we started this, it needed to be the right car, needed to be the right situation and right build for it. And I think that this car really is a testament to that. So one thing, if you've never rode in an older car like this, is how comfy the car is. I mean, it feels like you were sitting on a old sofa, leather sofa at maybe a grandma's house or parents' house. That just is so comfortable to drive and ride in. The steering wheel you can literally turn with your pinky, which, you know, power steering hadn't been around for a long time at that point, but the steering now, comparative to what it was back then with these cars, they were very loose. So you are truly driving a boat. The length of this car, Mike and I did some research on that, is within an inch, if not closer than that, to the Escalade ESV. And so it's crazy how big these cars truly are. And so driving it down the road, I mean, obviously you're going to hear some clicks and clacks and cranks just because of the materials used and how much metal was truly in these cars. They weigh a lot, so they are not something that are like now where it's all about weight reduction, smaller engine size to get you more power. Now, or back then, it was about how big the car was, comfortability, and heavy materials that were used back then. Just wasn't, gas mileage was not a part of a buying decision back then near like it is today. Cool little details that I found from being inside of the car is the first one. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go. The first one is there are turn indicators on the outside of this car, and I didn't even know that existed back then. I thought that the newer ones, being in the mirrors, you know, was definitely a big upgrade. But this car has 3 indicator lights on each side on the hood that you get to see, including your turn signals. So if you are turning left or right, you actually see them up here on the hood, which I think is just neat touches. I mean, when you think about what luxury meant to America back then and what people wanted in cars, there are a lot of things that our cars nowadays took from cars of this era, and it's just truly neat to see. When we bought this car for the channel, obviously one of the clips was broke for the convertible top. I have had that fixed because obviously driving down the road, it would still latch, but it was loose, so all you would hear is a dinging of the top going up and down. And if you've seen our car, on my cars on the channel, I'm a perfectionist, so if there's a problem, I want it fixed. I've always been that way. I learned that from my dad. So, you know, sometimes I've even gotten grief from friends, Mike included, going, you know, you don't need to fix that. You don't need to do that. That's not a big deal. And I'm like, I know, but I want the car to be the best example of what it was and what it can be. And so, you know, I fell in love with this, and excited about what this has to offer. I do think I'll give you a hint, one of the things that I do think I would like to do is an exhaust. This car is not meant to go fast. I'm not trying to build a race car here, or to redefine what this luxury was with performance. I want this car to be something that you cruise at 20 or 30 or 40, depending on where you're at, and people will stare at it because of the car, not because how fast it is. But having a nice rumble in this car, I think, would just be a huge upgrade based on the fact of it being a big V8 in a car like this. But I mean, just driving it and how smooth it is, and the suspension that they came up with back then, it's truly just redefining and paying our respects to the car industry back then, and what truly it meant to be in a car like this. I want to take a minute to just say that I'm truly thankful each day for the opportunity to share my passion with you guys, whether it's about Corvettes or exotic cars, trucks, boats, bikes, and even classic cars like this. And it's never been something that I've wanted it for myself alone. I wanted to share with others and give other people an opportunity, a voice to share their passion, what means something to them, and especially when it comes to anything with a motor. It means a lot to me to be able to have the opportunity to do things like this. And so truly want to thank each and every one of you that watched this video to this point and beyond. That it means more than I'll ever be able to express to you guys. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Every small little thing that you do in that regard, it goes a lot farther than I can express. Hitting the like button, leaving a comment. Maybe it's something you want to see on the channel that's not been on the channel yet. Maybe it's just a comment in general. We have been able to help, whether it was Carson with getting to ride in a Lamborghini. We've had a couple different businesses reach out to us asking for if we know of anybody wanting things with cars, and I take each one of those and respond with a smile on my face, because I enjoy the fact that there might be a way I can help somebody out. And that's why we do what we do on this channel, and we all feel the same way. We are constantly talking about new ideas. We are constantly talking about new things that we can bring that can help us grow and reach more people, and that's what this all stems around for this. So please hit the subscribe button, please like and hit that notification bell. That way you can see every video. We have so much to look forward to this year. We've got a couple huge boat events that we are going to this year, and very, very excited about what is in store for us at that time. So truly thankful, and I'm going to leave it right there. We're about to go through a drive-through here and see how many people look at us sideways based on the fact of what we're driving. But this car is definitely impressive for its time, and I actually get a thorough enjoyment out of driving this car every time I start it. So we will wrap this back up back at the house, and we will see you guys soon. So we are done for the day. We helped get some things for Mike for the house, and Cadillac is back home, and where its spot is for temporary until we get it to the next destination for the build on this car. And so just good note that this car, most of the ones I've seen are not doing what we are about to do to this car. So I'm really excited about it being unique in that fashion. I do know of a couple, but as far as that's out there in public on YouTube or things like that, I did a lot of research before deciding to do a build like this on this car, and just haven't seen anything or very much of. So very excited to share that journey with you guys, and you guys are going to get to meet some really cool people that are going to come to the channel. We're going to get some good videos on that, and big updates on the Z06 will be coming next month. Working at a Chevy dealer, they are supposed to be revealing the pricing on the Z06 next month, so I will be doing an update on that. If you haven't seen the first C8 Z06 video we did, please go check that out on our channel. Again, thank you guys so much for the support. go like, subscribe, share with your friends. Motor Madness 22 is coming this year. We are very excited about that. We are going to start meeting with the board to get everything in process so we can start getting vendors and start getting activities set up and all of those great things to bring to you. We do have some great ideas that's even going to propel this forward even better for next year, or for this year versus last year. So super excited about the event, super excited about everything coming to the channel, and just boating season's around the corner. So a lot of good things to look forward to. So hope you guys have had a wonderful day. Go out and enjoy it and be great. And we'll see you guys in the next one.